Oh man.
Man.
Y'all just don't know. The green room was on fire.
Ooh. And Darrell
Good
lit it.
evening. Yes. Good evening and welcome to another episode of Relationship Flow Sip and Chat with your crew. We have Doc and Darrell and we have Ruth. And we are
What
going
up?
to and we are going to probably entertain you tonight with this conversation.
To say the least. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
How are you doing, Darrell? How's your week been?
Hey, I'm good. This week, again, they seem like they go by faster and faster. It was a pretty good week. The weather was pretty nice. So it just felt better. Like it was nice out on Wednesday. It was so nice. My car just rode better. I don't know why. When it's nice outside, I feel like my car rides better. I don't know if it's true or not, but
It's not.
It feels that way. But all in all, like I said, it was a good week. Good week.
Okay. How about you, Neil?
Thanks for asking, Doc. Good week. I felt like it was a productive week. Professionally, I got some new clients going with some things, and that was a win.
Nice.
I love to work moderately,
Mm-hmm,
not overdoing it. But everything else seemed to balance out. You know, little this, little of that. Again, like Darrell saying, the weather was nice, so I spent a little time outdoors. But a good week. Nothing to complain about. How about you, Doc?
Okay. It was a good week too. Busy. Seemed more busier than usual. You know. So yeah, it was pretty busy. I had a lot going on, running around doing this, taking care of that, and my grandson was sick. So I was watching him, and I thought that was over since he started daycare. But because he was sick this week,
That's right.
Somebody had to, and I don't mind. I love being with him, but it is a different story with a sick 2-year-old.
Yes, yes.
You can remember if either of you can remember.
I can remember.
She's sick every day now. She's 10.
Yes, all that energy, but in a different way. Yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So it's just been really, really, it's been a good week. I'll say that.
Okay.
Busy, but good.
Sounds
I was able to take some time away and go get my hair done, even though you can't tell.
Looks cute.
Thank you. It's just like when you wash your car, it rains that day.
That's it. It's a wrap.
I left out the hairdresser. I'm like, oh my God, it's raining.
That's why I changed it like my shoes, because it just doesn't last. Nothing lasts.
No, that weather. I'm like, oh my gosh.
But looks good anyway.
Anyway, thank you. So tonight we are talking about relationships, traditional or not really. Because we were having this discussion about, people saying they want a traditional.
Now, outside of the basics.
You know what? I'm going to hurt Darrell.
Sorry.
Sound effects, not yet.
Sorry.
All right, let's just go into it. He can't wait.
Listen, I just want to know. We just need to know what's traditional or not, because it seems like women want to cherry pick. They want to say they're traditional, but they're not traditional. They want traditional things from a man, but they're not traditional at all. They modern. So which one is it?
Darrell, before we get into it, can we ask to define tradition? I think that's a big piece. Like, how are we defining tradition?
So what I usually see is things like when you're dating, right? The women, they're like, they want the man to pay, and they want him to open doors, and they want him to, walk them to their house.
Okay.
Do all those things that they say are traditional. They want you to, just pay for their time. I mean, that's what they want. I don't know why or how that works.
I think that's a good question, because are we talking about tradition from the beginning of time when people dated and had to go, you had to go to the house and talk to the father and ask ask to date the daughter? Or are we talking about recent tradition
Right,
or
modern traditions, so to speak. Yeah.
right.
No, we're
right.
talking about what what women pick as tradition.
Wait, and Darrell, you gave an example from the male perspective. So what about the female perspective of tradition? Is it that you expect her to cook? Let's get some of the female aspect out.
Well, we can't even get to that because there's so many expectations we got to go through to get in the door. We can't even get. Most of the time, I ask women all the time, what are they supposed to do?
Yeah,
and I never get an answer. Like we don't know. Like I don't really think. Like me, you say cook. Well,
no, I would just gave that out as an example.
No, I'm saying, but certain things I think we do already. Like if we're both two single people, right? Like I hate women always talking about we're independent. We take care of ourselves. Are we really talking about stuff you're supposed to do? Like we all take care of ourselves. Do you want to pat on the back because you take care of yourself? Well, we're supposed to do that. Why? That make you independent? I don't hear men going around talking about I'm a strong, independent man. I take care of myself. I'm confused. I don't know what we're supposed to do with that. I don't know.
We got to get the definition going first, Doc.
You want credit for taking care of yourself? That makes you independent.
And that's another topic for another time. But I do think that we have to stop saying we giving people credit for doing stuff they're supposed to be doing, because you still need to offer praise and appreciation when people do things that they're supposed to be doing.
True. Because they may not do what they're supposed to do. True.
Hey, I want to give you guys some credit because you guys most likely both ate today. Good job for eating. I want to make sure you guys know I'm proud of you because you ate today.
Well, I didn't eat as much, so.
Right. Look at you, Ruth, but you're insured, taking care of yourself.
That's right.
I'm proud of you.
Yes,
I'm so proud of you.
Like that, Darrell. Yeah.
Listen, right. I'm here. I want to look at you. Look at you taking care of yourself, girl. All strong, strong and independent you are. You probably opened that bottle by yourself.
Opened it
too,
myself. I was gonna
open it all by yourself.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. And you do the same thing for your kids. You don't tell them
why don't you
don't
do
get
it for your
praise
man?
For not.
But we do it for our man.
That's
why
what I'm saying. You should. I'm saying you should.
Wait a minute, I'm not asking for you should. I'm saying why is it not happening? Because most
of
the
time
women
should be happening. I'm on your side with that.
Right, it should be, but most of the time women are telling you what they expect of you, what they want.
It has to be both ways.
I hear what you're saying. I'm just saying what the tradition is today. See, y'all out the game, okay?
Well,
the game is different.
We've been out the game for a minute, Doc.
You know what I mean? So the game is different. It's a whole bunch of people telling you what they want and expect of you, but you ask them what are they supposed to do? Huh? They'll tell you something like, well, we look pretty.
Wow.
Okay, Ann, what am I gonna do with that? I'm gonna do with that. So this is where the tradition kind of becomes weird because again, even in that dating stage, it seems like, and I see a lot of things where we're talking about it where it's like, well, what is this? It seems like you want this one person to do all these things. Well, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I agree. I think that you both need to be doing something.
Yes.
Well, what's the something? Tell me what women are supposed to do, because I still don't know.
Okay. Well, it depends on the woman, right?
Right.
It depends on their relationship.
What should they be doing? So we have you met someone, it's the first date. What should it look like? Let's build a tradition right now. What should it look like from the woman's perspective?
From what the woman should be doing. That's what you're asking.
What do you think you've been doing? What the man should be doing from your perspective?
Okay, you said first date. Let me just make a visual.
Okay.
First date, right?
I know it's been a long time.
Yeah, I'm trying to bring it back there. I'm trying to conjure it up. You see me trying to buy time.
No, long time.
Okay, come and pick me up. Okay, let's start at go. You're going to come to my home. You're going to pick me up, right? You're not going to sit in the car and honk me up. You're going to come to the door and pick me up, right?
Okay.
First thing.
Okay.
We'll connect, whatever. Let me get my coat. Let me get my things. You're going to walk me back to the car. You're going to open the car door for me, Darrell.
Okay. All right.
You with me? So, Doc, would you agree so far?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so you're gonna open the car door for me. You can close the door, make sure I'm all nice and snug. What are you laughing about, Darrell? Then you're gonna.
Go ahead.
Then we're gonna go wherever we're going. Okay, we're gonna get to.
Oh,
Okay,
wait a
let's
minute.
stop.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Oh, go
I'm
ahead.
gonna while you walk around the car, I'm gonna open up the door for you.
Oh, I like
you're-
that.
Okay.
Doc.
See,
Okay,
I was about to
gonna
say
do
that something
that,
about that, but go ahead.
Yeah.
Already, we see what type of date this is. Go ahead.
I like that added. I've forgotten about that. Yes.
Yes.
The door for him, right? He's going to proceed to drive us where we're going, right?
Mhm.
Gotcha.
Let's say we're
Gotcha.
going to a restaurant, first time out, whatever.
Right.
Okay. You're going to let me walk into the restaurant before you, right? Well, we could walk together side by side to the restaurant. You're on the street side. Let me pull it all the way back for you.
Yes.
Okay, so when that car jumps that curb, you're gonna make sure you get it first, right? You're gonna walk to the restaurant. Darrell, hang on. You're gonna go in, you're gonna give our name for our reservation. I'm gonna let you do your man thing, right? This is what I remember.
You're gonna let me do. Okay. Fellas, pay attention. We're allowed to speak. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Doc, help me out with this, please. Please, we're at the restaurant,
No,
Doc.
that's right.
We're at the
That's right.
restaurant, right? What's next?
Yes, you let him handle all the business. You tell him what you want to order. Let him order for both of
There
you.
you
Like,
go.
I want the chicken. He can order the food, order the drinks.
Darrell, that's
And I'm
reasonable.
gonna say this. For me, it would depend on who asked for the date, who pays. So if I ask you out, I would pay. If you ask me out, I would expect you to pay. Or if we had a discussion on the way to the restaurant about going Dutch, that's fine too.
Gotcha. How many guys you asked out? Hey, fellas, pay attention. Don't fall for the okie doke, fellas. Go ahead.
He may have asked a couple at lunchtime in the daytime. In the daytime.
Okay, so all right, so we did dinner, we did all that.
Okay.
I haven't heard anything the woman was supposed to do except for maybe pay if she asked him out, but she ain't never asked nobody out. So
Wait, she opened
there's
the door
that.
for you. No, that's not
So-
true.
Yes,
She opened the door for you.
You haven't done anything either but
Right.
drive.
Thank you.
You haven't done anything.
Right. What have you done that's imbalanced? She's right. What's
Right.
imbalanced? What's imbalanced?
The only prerequisite that we heard were things that I had to do. I had to pick you up. I had to walk to your door. I had to walk you to the car. I had to open your door. I had to go to the restaurant. I had to open your door first, let you go first. I had to potentially get hit by a car walking by the street. I got in the restaurant. Then you let me speak. I'm confused. What did I do? 'Cause I'm tired.
You gotta understand.
I'm tired. I'm
Put it
tired.
like that.
This is a
I'm
first.
tired.
This is a first date. It might look a little different on the third date. Let's talk
Yes.
first date.
So wait. Okay. So we ordered dinner and all that. At dinner, I obviously I'm paying because you didn't ask me to go.
No, Doc told you about that arrangement.
Yeah, she said. So okay.
Okay, so let's say
So-
you're paying this
So
time.
now
Okay.
dinner's over. Now how does the night end? Because there's some cheeks in this, right? There's some cheeks involved in this.
What? This is the first day. You taking me home.
Hey, thank you.
And I'll see you next
I
time.
work. Wait. I'm just saying. I know I did a lot this first date, so I deserve something.
But no, first dates are like that. You have to prove that. Yes.
Wait a minute. Well, okay, my question. I have to prove it to you for what?
To see if we want a second or third date.
What? Wait. I did all that for what? I'm auditioning for what?
No, you're not auditioning. You did all that to show me the gentleman that you are.
Well, what did you show me?
The young lady that I am.
You showed me that you just want a lot of things. You take a lot of things. You went home. What did I say? You're not even nice to reciprocate everything you got that day. What did I see? What did I learn?
No, you
Well,
were
you know what, Darrell? That was what it looked like. That was what traditional dating looked like.
true. That's true.
That's what it
So,
looked
and
like.
I think, and I don't know, like how that came about. I don't know if it came about. I'm trying to see, like, did it come about due to, like, especially back in the day, maybe men had jobs, maybe women didn't really have jobs, so you were doing everything because you had to, right? Today is different because women are making money comparable to men, sometimes more than men. right?
Sure.
Especially with Black women being the most educated. Most women I know make more than I do, right? So it looks a little different.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
Yeah.
So how might that first modern date look? How might that vary from what we set up for the traditional back in the day?
Okay, so some things I see right now that are more on the. You hear echo?
Mm-hmm.
You echo?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
He's going in and out a little bit, right?
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Okay.
I hear it over here.
Okay.
But anyway, we just have to work through it.
Okay.
Best we can. Y'all did this on purpose. You knew what this night was.
Good move, Doc. Good move.
I see some people meeting, the first date is more like at a coffee shop or somewhere where no one is obligated to spend anything. You might go talk, meet at the mall or park or something where, listen, we're going to see if we even like each other. Why am I spending money on something that I don't like? Better than I could be potentially wasting my time. Or she could be wasting her time, right?
I hear you.
I don't want to compound that with doing this big luxurious date that, first of all, neither of us earned. We're not there. Sometimes these big luxurious dates we're doing. So yes, a cup of coffee, something to really get to talk to, see if you even like this person.
I think that's reasonable for a modern first date. Definitely.
I agree with that.
And we'll buy our own lattes or whatever. I'm okay with that.
Because I don't know. Again, that's where it's funny where we talk. Again, women talk about traditional. They want all these traditional things, but their body count is 12. hey, I'm just saying. You're talking about traditional. And
from watching some of these old movies, these westerns and stuff, women had body counts back then too.
That's true,
The
Doc.
man might not have known, but
that's true.
Yes, the man may not have known, or he may have wanted to fool himself into thinking that there was nobody before him.
Listen.
But that was not always the case.
Let's stop these games. You might have had some that was down like that, but they weren't back in, like you said, the Western days. Talking about hot Western summers.
So Darrell, the body count alters the traditional, the woman wanting something more traditional at this point of her life?
Yes. You can't talk about traditional with 40 bodies.
But that's already done. That's already done, Darrell. We're talking present moment. This woman wants more.
So what you're telling me is that you want a traditional price on something that is far from traditional. Traditional, you paid for, or you invested in that low body count, right? Because so hopefully she had a low body count or whatever. They weren't getting out. Like there was no hot girl summers. So traditional meant that this girl probably wasn't for the streets. It was no for the Western saloons. It wasn't no Western saloons, right? It wasn't for the tumbleweed. That didn't happen. This new thing with women, even from I think 1960s is when birth control was really, which allowed women to say, "Oh, I can turn up now because I don't have to worry about getting pregnant." That also made women more free and more experimenting than before. Because before I was like, damn, I can get pregnant. It was really a thing. But now we have condoms and birth control, things of that nature. So now women can be more reckless as well. Because the fear of being pregnant was kind of taken off the table somewhat.
You don't sound like a radical.
Yeah, I just didn't know tradition was based on body count. I didn't.
Yes, tradition.
Understand
Wait a minute. So
that.
you think traditional women were out here just getting knocked down? Is that what you thought?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm thinking about this whole idea of birth control being a freedom so that you could just take people down.
Right. Wait a minute.
Some women just didn't want to get pregnant. 5 and 6 and 12 times.
Wait. The same way it was for men, where we like, yo, we can put this thing on, we can do it much as we want without worrying about getting disease and stuff like that. That definitely helped change the game. It did. Even now, people use birth control as ways of, they even have abortion pills. They're taking it to the next level. Like, dang, plan B. I can let him bust in me, and then I can take these pills to now kill the baby. What are you talking about? People are doing it. It's still today using it. We're using abortion pills as ways of contraceptives, because it's like, you know what? I ain't trying to use that condom, or I ain't trying to be on that pill. I'm taking this one pill every other day because they're doing it every other day, and they kill. We're still doing it today. So this is how people are having hot girl summers.
Okay, so that woman is not warranted a traditional lifestyle because of that body count.
That's what he's saying.
That's what I'm trying to understand.
Because of her history,
that's what I'm trying to understand.
Deserve to
a
have
traditional relationship, right? That's what you're saying now.
Can you be traditional if you're not traditional? I'm confused. Make it make sense.
You can change. You can change your mind about how you want your relationships to go.
We talk
about building relationship culture all the time. You have the right to build your relationship culture with your partner.
It was a saying they used to say about that. Like, you can't change. It's a saying. I can't get it.
Good, because it probably doesn't hold true.
Something.
Oh no!
Yeah, don't you say that. Don't you say that.
He just gave me a hot flash.
Don't you say that. Your favorite rappers are proving that to be untrue.
Oh no, they prove it to be true. That's why they pass them around like hotcakes.
Right, but get back to tradition, because you're getting off track here. Okay?
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
You are saying that this woman who's out here for the streets now wants to say, you know what?
Okay,
I had my fun with the whole neighborhood.
Okay, so let's get the one that's not out here for the streets. She has a body count. Well, I don't know what the count is good for. Okay, is she?
He's stupid.
I don't know the body count. Okay, 3 or 4, right? In her time. I don't know. Is she warranted a traditional relationship, Darrell?
I mean, listen. It depends on who you are. Listen, I don't know what she wants. I don't know what she wanted. If she wanted, depending on what what you give off is what you get, right? So if you come in, I don't know what traditional is anymore, right? We're not traditional anymore. We can't say we're going back to 19 whatever to do things anymore. I don't believe that. I think kind of like Doc was saying, you do really have to make your new traditions, your new culture of your relationship. You do have to build that. But my biggest issue is that I don't believe anybody should come in with any expectations. You shouldn't expect me to do anything. You shouldn't expect me to pay for this. You shouldn't expect me to pick you up. You shouldn't expect me to open doors. Don't expect, because when I expect some cheeks, I should get it then, right? We have expectations. I'm doing all this for some cheeks. So if you want to get clapped, then we can have expectations, right? So that's my problem with expectations. Don't have expectations for me, and then when I look at you like dinner's over, look like I got yams for dessert, and don't look at me like I'm crazy.
Okay, so let's start there with the no expectations. Yeah, that's
so
fair.
You say I got yams for dessert, and she says, "No, I'm traditional."
Hey, good luck. Good luck with that. Hey, you got the half for this bill?
Okay, so she pays her half for the bill. Because she wants to establish a traditional thing. So yes, what's wrong with that?
Paying half the bill ain't traditional.
No, it's our new tradition. It's our new tradition.
Oh, right. Cool.
You done already told her that you weren't going to pay for it, so she got to pay for herself.
And the girl had already Ubered to you, right? So
what she got to pay for in the park? If she want to get a hot dog or something, that's on her. We're in the park. What you gonna pay for? We meeting in the park.
All right. So no expectations. Let's start clean. That's fine. That's fine.
Right. I think we should go into it or you know what? I think that too. We need to start discussing these things too in the beginning. Right. And that would really save a lot of us a lot of problems, because in the beginning, if you say, hey, you want to go out? All right. Well, what's it gonna look like? all right, well, you know what, I'll pay for it. Then you do it up front. So now you know what you're getting into. You can say yes or no right then and there.
I agree.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
That really would solve a lot of things without us kind of, again, going out expecting what this person to do whatever the last person did or didn't do.
Okay,
right?
I think that's
And
fair.
that's a problem. You know, that is definitely a problem.
Okay.
Because again, expectations, you might get let down.
But then can you build your traditions together from that point, possibly, since you're being transparent?
Well, by you talking, you are already starting your tradition.
Okay.
Right? And that's the best tradition of communication.
Good.
If we can start now talking about, talk about what we want or how we want things to be, you know what I mean? Even if you say, look, in the beginning, if a woman's straight up from the back, like, listen, I want you to pay for everything, I want you to do everything, yada, 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 yada. I respect that a lot more.
Okay.
Right? So I would block and delete her, but I will respect her from afar. Okay?
I hear you. Okay.
Right. And I think that's and I think right now people are really, they're trying to look for what things are looking like going forward. Right. And people are kind of, go ahead.
Now I was going to say, and they're basing it off of whatever. I was listening to that 50 Cent interview with Mary J. Blige.
Yes, I heard.
And she asked him about dating, and he said the same thing. We're in non-traditional times, so traditional won't work.
Yep.
And then he said, if you're basing it off of, how your parents did it versus what you've seen on TV or movies, he said those are fairy tales.
He did say that. Yep, I saw.
Yes, he said those TV and he said cinematography, but it's fairy tale.
Wow.
Right.
And the way that your parents or grandparents did it in that traditional way is probably not what's going to be best right now. Because things are different.
And that's the issue. Like, we can't try to hold something to be relevant now when things have changed, right? We have everything should mature. We'll say, for lack of a better word, mature, right? Or change. Dating has looked a lot different. It's at a much faster pace now, I believe, than before. You can date at any time you want because you have great access on your phone. There's ways you can always contact someone, which also I think kind of ruins dating because it does give, and I would say this, and I don't. This is what I feel. Sometimes it gives women a sense of being wanted all the time, right? Because you're on a dating app, men are always in your inbox, right? Somebody's always in your inbox. Yeah. Independent of what they're in there for, right?
Right.
I don't know if it's genuine or not, but it does allow women to have kind of like a big head now. Like, these dudes want me. They want me. Not knowing what they really want you for. Like, it might just be for the night. It may be forever. We don't know. But it does make you feel like, well, this person does one thing wrong on the date, I'm done. Because I know I got 20 other people that can take me out.
It's interesting you said that.
I think, I think it is. I really do believe it's too much access.
Right, it is.
And too many options in that access. Drake talks about that all the time. Like you said, this date has to go a certain way, Mom, or she's on to the next one.
Easy.
That's a horrible pressure. That's a horrible thing to feel.
Yeah.
Well, it makes women delusional, right? In the sense that you're looking for something that's perfect. Now you won't deal with imperfections because you have so many options. Right, and this is.
But I would say the same for men, though.
I want to say, that's true. Now,
so tell me how. Tell me how for men.
Wait,
because I think it's the same way.
Yep.
They have so many options that if you don't have the Coca-Cola body or what, I don't even know what else they want these days. But if you don't have those things and you're not giving up the yams the first time I see you, then I'm moving on to the next one because I know that they giving it up real quick.
True.
Once again, that's coming from a woman's perspective. So I'm gonna tell you why it's not true. Remember, majority of women are not in men's inbox, right? Men are pursuing men.
I don't know about that one.
No, I'm telling you, most men don't have a whole bunch of women in their inbox.
I don't know about that.
So what man has a whole bunch of women in their inboxes? Please tell me what man you know.
I think I know.
I'm telling you. Go ahead.
I know. Well, celebrities for one, but they're different.
Yeah. Well, that's
so again, are we talking about the 1%ers, or are we talking about the most people? Right. I'm talking about the regular dude who works at UPS. The regular person. You don't have a lot of women in your inboxes.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. I don't know because I'm not a dude. I just know what I see in these relationship groups on Facebook where these men, like if there's a question asked about men, these girls are saying, "Oh, you fine," and I hope to meet you, and it's I think it's going both ways.
Again, I think it's both ways.
It doesn't go both ways. I'm going to tell you this: most men don't even get cheeks. Period. Right? Most men don't even get cheeks. Period. Right? Because remember, women choose who they want. You act like men are out here choosing women. It doesn't work that way. We don't choose you. No. You give access to yourself. We are chasing you. So you say yes or no to the one you deem that is okay.
Okay.
We don't deem you to be okay. Like I said, most women have so many men after them, they don't have to chase after a man. Men have to chase after women. This is what
I think we should stop saying most because
because it is most. I'm telling
you. I'm saying I don't think we should say most because I keep coming across young women who can't buy a date. So I don't know why it would be most women.
What that woman is, that means she's either too picky. Because I guarantee that woman, if you go in inboxes, it's mad dudes. What probably happens is when she opens her mouth, she may turn them off to the point they don't even want to smack. Or what she's doing is she's lying to you. Men are beating them yams up, but leaving because the yams will get beat up. He may not be keeping them. Right? He may not keep her, but I guarantee there's not a woman out there who, I don't care what you look like, that there's some man in her inbox on, hey, beautiful, and her eye right here. Okay? This is what happens. Okay? Some men will stick there in anything.
Lord.
So it's not, yes. So it's not like men have the option of selection.
Yes, they do. And then if they don't, we have to rethink that, Darrell, because they should.
Why should we? Because women get access to them, right? We get access to marriage, right? So we go up to women. Hey, how you doing? Hey, you want to? No, thank you. We can't make you say yes. No. or you gave me a number. It's wrong. I call you back. It's Burger King. That's what you do.
Yes.
You just think about it. When you're out at the club, say back in the day, way back in the day, in the club.
I don't know about that because I just talked to so many women in this newer like in the late 20s to early 30s who are asking men out. They're asking men out. Yes, they're asking men out.
So listen, what men? Again, I just told you. They may ask the one man out, but how many men are in their inboxes that they're not asking out?
I don't know about inboxes. So
their inboxes, excuse me, how many men are in your inboxes and you guys are married? Thank you. See that? Thank you. What I'm telling you is that
I ain't gonna lie. Every time I go on Instagram, it's people in my inbox.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
This is what we do. We put the word out there for whoever takes it. So like I said, there's more men in women's inboxes than women in men's inboxes.
How many women in your inbox, Darrell?
Right. How many in yours, Darrell?
Not many. My thing is dry. They don't be in me like that. And I'm sexy.
But you ain't open that car door like I told you.
Maybe that's why. This show. I ain't never open your car door. You got hands. What's wrong with your hands? Open my door.
That's why.
Can we start some new traditions?
But all of this, I want to believe there are some, even in the 20s, okay, maybe not 20s, but the 30s or whatever. I want to believe there are some traditional people intertwined in there that still want a, maybe not back in the day traditional relationship, but a somewhat traditional relationship. I want to believe it.
And can't you have parts? Can't you have parts? Like you might not want somebody opening up your doors and all that, but you might want them to ask your dad for your hand in marriage.
Whatever. Yes, exactly.
Well, all I'm saying is that when you expect certain things of people, that may not be them. So you got to find that out. So if that's not for you, that's not for you. What I'm saying is you can go into any way you want. You can, if you want to have traditions or want people to treat you a certain way, that's fine.
Yes.
Someone else may not be on that time.
Then that's not the person.
How do you want to deal with that? Because again, most people are not trying to live for like 1960s, right? We're not. So, and again, it may be, like I said, it may be a pick and choose type thing. I may open your door, but I may not want to pay for dinner. Or I may pay for dinner, but I may not open your door. Or I may pull up to your house and beep, like, hey, come on. You know, I may call you out.
Shut the window, bam.
Okay? So, and if, you know, again, we may not have all those things. Right. But I may have some of those things.
That's what I mean. Can't we find
at the end of the day, we can do it, but again, can you take that? Or like I said, I was watching something where the girl was like, they were out on the date. At the end of the date, the dude said 2 checks. And she was like, oh, we can't be together. You know what I mean? Because she expected him to pay.
Wow.
That to me, okay, cool. I'm glad you know it. But that's who she was. A lot of people want a lot of what I see from women, because they're the ones who always talk about traditional. They want the good parts that benefit them. Right? They want the parts that benefit them the most. Like everybody wants to better. But again, what are you doing? I'm confused at what are you supposed to do on a date? I'm still confused at what a woman's supposed to do on a date but sit there and she's like, oh, well, you got somebody to have conversation with. Well, so do you.
But what else can she do, Darrell? Seriously, what else would you?
Yeah, what else can she do?
I'm confused.
Should she come pick you up?
Nothing,
can she come pick you up?
Let's talk about that, can she?
Yeah, can she come pick you up?
Absolutely, come through.
Pull up. Okay.
Pull up.
Because like even in a long-term relationship, I'll sometimes drive just to give him a break.
Thank you for giving him a break.
See, here you go. Allowing me to talk, giving him a break.
Giving him a break. No, I'm using your word. I'm going to give him a break.
Giving him a break from driving, Darrell. I'm just trying to say, you can balance it.
That's not a balance. You said he was doing it all the time, so I'm going to do it once.
I did not say all the time.
Well, if you gave him a break, why you having him a break then? It would be like, well, we're going to watch.
That male ego want to drive. And then
Well, that's different. So if he wants to do it, cool, right? Yeah. But when we start expecting things, that's the problem. To me, expecting someone to do something could be a problem, right? Don't expect, and this is especially in the beginning. This is definitely in the beginning. I'm saying in the beginning, you shouldn't go in expecting X, Y, and Z. Because again, we all can have expectations. Because most times you go on a date, I expect to get the yam.
So you got to stop.
Is that okay?
But why?
But why do I got to pay for things? I could ask the same question. Why I got to open your door? You tell me why I have to go through these things to get your attention. What am I getting that attention for? Because also I'm on a date also trying to get your attention and whatever we're doing.
And I'm noticing what you're doing.
I don't want to pay for your attention.
You're not paying for my attention. You're paying for
what I'm paying, the meal, the gas, everything else.
So maybe on the second date I'll pay, or maybe on the second date I'll make you a hot meal. What's the problem? What's the problem there?
So that'll work because a hot meal means we're at your house. That means I'm getting yams.
See, I knew that was coming. No, I'm cooking yams for you. How about that?
Right?
Yeah. I want the hot yams. I don't know what that is. I don't know that. I don't know hot yams, fellas. Pay attention. No, all I'm saying is that. But that should be discussed. And all for the men too. When we're going out with a woman, you should already too open your mouth up and say what your expectations are for the date. Because it goes both ways. You can't just go out and get mad now that she's sitting back with her hands in her pocket when the bill comes. You guys didn't talk about it.
Right.
That's right.
You should also say, listen, I don't mind going out with you, but I think for first date, we should go Dutch. Or, you know what? Hey, you know what? First date, I'll pay. Second date, you'll pay. Right? Or first date I'll pay and you give me the yams at the end of the night. Whatever it is, you just outline. Whatever it is.
You just bought the yams. You bought the yams.
You bought them.
We all listen. Either way, you got to pay for it. Like if I'm paying for gas, back in that's traditional. You pay for it, right? You pay for everything, pay for the yams too. So I mean, what are we doing? If we're talking about traditional, I've been paying for the yams. Nothing new. We're trying to take the payment off the yams.
Okay.
Well, you know what? What are some of the things that you guys have seen that seem to be part of the new traditional? Like whether it's stuff you see on TV, the shows, or in the music. What seems to be the new kind of tradition?
It's nothing new. It's really the conflict of how to, because some men are like, yo, I pay for everything, right? A woman shouldn't have to pay for anything. She shouldn't even, that some groups, that's what people are on. They really are on that time.
Okay.
But then I see other groups where it's other, like, listen, I shouldn't have to pay for everything in the beginning. I shouldn't have to. Even when we get to the relationship part, the culture of relationship is different too, because some men are like, the woman shouldn't pay for everything, but other men are like, listen, 50-50. We should definitely be splitting things, or not even 50-50, but whatever it works for you guys. It could be 50-40, whatever would work in your home, where one person is not being overly burdened with everything, especially today when women are making as much as men. It's not like back in the day. It's different. So my mindset is Go ahead. Okay.
No. I was going to say one of the things that I'm seeing is, yes, there is that mindset with some people that men should pay for everything, and there are a lot of men are out there saying I spend money on my girl. But what I'm seeing is that maybe it ain't new, but that whole idea of splurging on your girl, where because the girls are talking about it, you got to buy me Prada, Gucci.
Right.
And the guys are matching that energy. Like I bought my girl Birkin bag. They're kind of matching that energy.
Let's stop. The guys, some guys, the fringe guys, because you got to be able to have it to do it. And I seen something today where they were saying the girl, I think for 2 months, it cost like $2,000 a month, and she would be a girl. You had to pay all her bills and stuff.
Wow.
But these are the girls that are, the Instagram bad Jones that are boop, 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 boop. And some people are paying for that, right? But in those type of situations, those women aren't being kept. And none of them women, they're getting Birkin bags, they ain't getting wedding rings. So again, what do you want out of it? So if you want to be a high class escort, well, do your thing, girl. Go ahead with your bad self. But at the end of the day, where does that lead you? That leads you to 1,900 dudes, some money, but ain't no long-term plan of that. Ain't no retirement plan of that. And then if you get, something happens, you get hurt, no disability in that. So the best thing for them Jones to do is get pregnant, and maybe they'll get some money from that person.
Wow.
But when a regular one tries that, you might get a bag that's fake. You know what I mean? Because you don't know better. But you done gave up the cookie. That's what I'm saying. So at this point,
but I'm thinking that they, in the regular circles, sometimes they try, and they might go broke because they had to buy a Prada bag, or they spent their last little bit on the shoes that she needed for the party, because they think that that's what they're supposed to be doing.
Wow, that's a different day and time with that mentality. That you're buying not even love anymore. You're buying something, but I can't say you're buying love.
Yes, you hit it. That's what it is. Love is a dollar sign. It's what can you do?
Oh, that's very sad, Darrell.
What can you do for me? But again, this is why we're getting the traditional is crazy to me. It's about how much can I get for this cookie?
I mean, literally, since some people are selling their virginity. So literally, how much can I get for this cookie?
I've been out of this game way too long. I never even got in the game.
Well, again, but because Ruth, it has changed, right? This is what I'm talking about, where the game has been changed, because women are out here now trying to have what men have. They're trying to equal. They're trying to have fun. They want to let their hair down. They want to give the cookie up to. They want to they want to get the back blown out. They want to drop it down, and Cardi B's and touch a little dangly thing in the back of her throat. Okay, we're gonna do that to you. But who's keeping you? Who's keeping you?
Well,
Black women already. Wait a minute. Black women already over sexualized. Black women are already over sexualized. They're the least married, 1 out of 4, and it's getting even worse because the mentality that we're seeing, especially from all these little reality shows, and what you, like you said, get a Birkin bag, girl, for your coochie. What? This is what we're doing. We're ruining ourselves.
Wow.
And then now, and the problem is we start looking at all women like that. So maybe that's
that's.
But now when I see you, I'm like, damn, you on that time too.
Yeah,
so
but
how can I respect you when we're not respecting ourselves, right?
Yeah.
So it's tough.
And in that, it's almost like the good are going down with the bad, because I said, I want to believe there are some traditional young ladies out there that aren't just about the bag.
Right.
I want to believe that.
There may be, but
that.
Right.
You gotta find her.
I haven't seen any.
You gotta find them. They have to find each other out here in this crazy world. Seriously.
Yes.
Because it has to exist. It has to.
But it's tough. If you see a pack of lions come down the street, you're gonna try to pick the one that don't want the Birkin bag? No, they're all lions. You're gonna treat them all the same.
How about the one that don't even know what a Birkin bag looks like? How about
listen, as I'm running, I can't be like, oh, that's the one. You're gonna treat them all the same.
I hear you.
You treat them all the same. And then what it does too is, this is the problem too, because now with that going on and the culture being get what you can get, the guys who can't do it are looked at as, oh, he's weak. He's this, that, or the next because he can't do.
You're so right about that.
Somebody else is doing. First of all, you don't look like the girl who's getting the Birkin bag. You don't got the body like that. I don't know why you expect that. You don't deserve that. But as I digress, the way you look, you get a McDonald's bag. But I'm saying, listen. That becomes a problem too because
that's a problem too.
Right.
That's a problem too because that comparison to these women that's going to Florida and overseas to get these butts and these boobs and this, to change the shape of their bodies. If you can't afford to do that, you're like, oh, you're like you said, you don't look like you deserve.
You're not worthy. Yeah, you're not worthy. Yeah.
No. What I said was, you're not worthy to talk to me like give me a bag. You're not worth me paying your rent. You may be worth maybe me getting to know you better, but you ain't, that worthy. You can't expect what they're getting because they invested in to get that. So keep me.
So because they made more of an investment, they deserve more.
This just
no. Remember, they're getting less. All they're getting is a Birkin bag and getting peanuts, but they're not getting kept. Right?
Birkin bag and penis. I tell you, that's a good.
We'll say regular people. we need to treat each other like regular people. You shouldn't want me to try to now duplicate what this other person is doing, nor should I want you to duplicate what she's doing. Let's try to meet each other and find out who we are. But a lot of times, women are looking at men bad because you don't make a certain amount. Right now, you don't make over 100,000. What's wrong with you? Problem. Right?
No,
that is really the bar right now.
Right.
If you're not, they want that what they said, high value man, whatever, over 100,000. What are we talking about? So if I don't make over 100,000, I'm not a man because even Gabrielle Union kind of said it when she was like, when I was married, I made more than him, so I didn't respect him.
I remember
you
that.
can't respect a man who doesn't make as much as you need him to make to take care of you.
Which is crazy.
It is, but that's the mindset that's being projected.
That's crazy.
And that's why most of these people will never find true love. I'm going to tell you that.
1 out of 4 Black women are married.
Never find true love.
Don't blame me.
Never.
1 out of 4. Okay? 1 out
of 4. Redefine this thing. It has to be redefined. Seriously.
Well, the problem is it's going the wrong way. Right? Because we're glorifying the nonsense. We're glorifying the girls who are getting girl, you better get a Birkin bag from them. You better get them shoes.
Yes.
Red bottoms. We're glorifying that type of life.
Yes.
And now it's like I said, if you're a regular hardworking man, it's looked on. It can be looked down upon. You know what I mean? You can't even buy me a Birkin bag.
You're so right. You're so right.
You know what I mean? So
that
becomes
don't let you not have a nice car.
Oh, don't forget the car. Yes, don't.
Oh,
I was watching
something today. It looks like today. I seen something today where the woman said, "Oh, you don't even got a Mazda, you got a Honda."
What?
I ain't talking to you.
Wow.
That's
very sad to me.
Yes.
It's where it is, but women don't understand, especially the younger women who are, you get caught up in this, your 20s, your 30s, and now you got 40 bodies. I don't know what's your market value, your sexual market value after that when you're 35, 40. Especially now everything's on social media. I've seen you with this person. Yeah, he was in a Maserati, and that means he got your body. I don't know how I'm gonna respect you.
I hear what you're saying though, because I even know of a woman who, like you're saying, followed suit with that, and she's older, but they had to have a certain status, they had to have a certain income, they had to have, a certain car, And now she looks up. I don't know what Darrell's doing. She looks up. And
no, somebody just said that somebody just texted me that Honda was great. Was fine. The Honda was just fine.
Okay, that's a good thing. But she had that whole status thing about the men she dated. And she looks up and, like you're saying, body count, whatever. She's 60 years old and still trying to play that game against the 20 and 30-year-old women. And having a rough time. She having a rough time.
She should be at 60. I can only imagine her body count.
She is having a rough time. So it really doesn't land you anywhere good.
Well, remember, as you get older, it gets tougher and tougher. The more baggage we have and things we learned. And again, how can you learn to be in a relationship when your relationships are so surface? And it almost becomes conditioned where you're used to relationships being this way. How do you now change to be in a regular, normal, healthy relationship after all your relationships have been just this?
That's superficial.
So now you have, so you keep repeating the same things over and over again, and it's a lot of times it's where you'll say what you want. And that's where on dates, I want this and you do this and do this. And, you ain't traditional. Because I'm not, what do you have to offer? And that's what women have to start saying. Men too, but what do you have to offer? What are you offering? Is it just your look? Well, I'm cute. I'm sexy out with you. Well, that's cool. You can get anybody sexy, but what else do you have to offer?
Yeah, we got to stop the superficial thinking with it.
Do you think it is a typical thought of men that you would prefer someone who doesn't have a high body count?
Yeah.
and Darrell
is what a wet?
Darrell. And that's because what? Why does that matter? Seriously.
So I think for me, there's always gonna be a number that you would wish your partner wasn't at. Like everybody has a number. Like because first of all, for for me as your ego, you don't want everybody being where you've been.
Okay.
Like I don't want everybody who planted their flag here. That's not cool. I don't.
And that's true.
But it's not really everybody because it's probably not people you know.
Depending on how many people it is, and I don't want to go somewhere and she always, that's so-and-so is hugging them and stuff. You don't want to deal with that. Okay. For me, with men's ego and your pride, you don't want a girl who had a lot of her body. You just don't want that. It's not,
and a woman shouldn't want that either, right?
I don't know. Listen, I don't know what a woman wants. I'm not a woman. So I can't
want that either, Darrell.
I can't speak for a woman. I only speak for what men.
I'm saying I don't think women should want it either.
Hey, listen. You guys gotta get what you get. Don't be upset.
See, look at that.
That's not fair. You have been all over the world.
Right.
We gotta get what we get.
Yeah.
And I can't have 12. Come on now.
Listen, there's no way that men are different. What is different? So there's some double standards in life, and you guys.
We got.
Excuse me, it's not.
No, there are, but we have to deal with some of those.
Yes.
Right, there's double standard. So most likely, a man is going to have a higher body count.
And that's not okay because you're worn out too.
Well, be by yourself then. Okay, either you accept the body count or be by yourself. Because an attractive man with options may have, and I'm saying all, but you may have a higher body count than some.
What's good for the
accept it. You just got to. This is because men sometimes, especially in their younger years,
that's what I would say to him. If he's pursuing me and he has a high body count and he's worried about mine, I'm gonna say that.
No,
you don't want to be with me. You don't need to be with me.
I don't, because there's more women than men. Goodbye.
Wow.
There's more women than men. Remember, I'm the commodity.
With your high body
supply and demand.
Exactly.
Supply and demand.
There's more women. But you know what? Men want what they want. I know that for a fact. They want what they want.
That's true.
Yeah.
So
no deal.
They do.
So
they might forego something.
They may. But you got to be careful because, are they going to keep it? Right? That's the question. Women get confused because, you get confused with your sexual market value as far as people wanting you for sex as opposed to people wanting to keep you. right? So all those men in your inbox, that's why I said women become delusional, because they have all these men in the inbox and they feel like they have all this access. All these men want me, but no one is keeping you. That's the key to get someone to wipe you up, to lock you down.
Nah, well, I guess it depends on the woman.
I'm saying,
depends on the woman.
That's true.
Okay, so most women want to be out here getting knocked down by most people. I get it. You're right. I'm wrong.
Some do, Darrell. Some do.
And don't care. Don't care about the titles and the names that they're called, because they're enjoying life. Look at Lori Harvey. She out there. She doing her thing. Out there. She dating whoever she wants, and she let them joints go.
And that's the problem. You guys are looking at success for joints that are just jumping around and not getting kept. So if you want a life of getting random all the time, by all means, do that. Because again, Ruth just told you what Christmas future looks like. You're 60 out here, not being able to compete, nobody wanting you, and that's where you're at.
But wait, Darrell, what I did say, is that now she's going back to the people that were the regular people that have nothing but love to give her.
Oh gosh.
Right. So, but that's what happened. So, but now you said she's almost settling.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
now, can she truly settle? Can she truly be what these people need her to be after 60 years of being in the streets? That's a lot. She needs therapy to break that. Okay?
About 40, 45. That's 60.
That thing is throbbing right now for the streets.
And you know what? It wouldn't be an issue if she didn't want to settle down.
Oh,
if
but
she
she
wanted
does.
to just do what she do, it would be fine.
She does.
But because she wants to settle down, it's an issue.
This is a question that, well, damn, even a man, I don't want 60 years of fun. I don't want that in my life. God dang. That's a lonely, long life. So for what I'm hearing, hey, wait a minute. Everybody pay attention to this. This is what Beyonce did. This is what Sierra did. Both these women on here are married, talking about, women just want to have fun, but they've been wiped up for a minute.
No.
Please stop spreading this nonsense. Most women don't want to get married. They don't, but both of you are wiped up telling people.
I was a mere child, didn't know what was happening.
Well, whatever. I think, I'm not a woman, but I would think most women would want to have a man, a steady person, and have some type of, again, maybe not marriage, but something that is, just there. I don't think they want to be out there in the streets like Lori Harvey, who's out here doing her and gonna be worn out, and I don't know who's gonna wipe.
I don't know if I would say most.
But she has money. She has money, so somebody might keep her.
Yep.
Yeah.
So she has options. When you said she has money, she has options.
Right. She's always gonna. But again, am I going to love her the way she needs to be loved after knowing who she is? After being so public, and I know how to get down.
You might. If you love her enough, you just might. Like Doc said, sometimes you have to just go with it.
Damn. It's that saying again. I can't remember. It's a saying.
No, we're not going
to something about that type of woman I can't quite remember. But it'll come to me.
Love will make you do some things. So yes, you just might.
No. Stop that nonsense. Love doesn't make you do anything, because at a certain point, you get past the love stage, you get to the real stage, and you start remembering who she is. And can I really trust her?
Too late. You already
Can I really trust her to be just with me after I see how she gets down?
How she used to get down.
Damn, it's a saying. I keep evading me. It's a saying about that type of woman. I can't. Hey, if somebody knows what I'm talking about, just write it in the chat. I can't remember exactly what it is.
Lord help us, Lord.
So this is what I'm telling you, fellas. Women are having their hot girl summers. They want to have their fun, and then they want to settle down later in life. That becomes a problem.
You know what? I was speaking to someone from another culture, and they said the exact same thing. A young man from another culture. He said the exact same thing. Mm-hmm. He was like, I don't want some woman in her 40s after she done played around for years and years, talking about she ready to settle down.
Right. Yo, I got this Benz. You can have it. It has 300,000 miles on it. Ain't nobody want that.
What? And it, I'm going to say it's not like it's not like it gets stretched out and it don't work or anything. It still works the same. I don't care how many. I don't care if it got how many miles it got on it. Still work the same.
Oh, mine froze for a minute, but I came in at the right moment.
It's different. Don't get me wrong. It's not the same. It's the same but different.
I'm not a dude, so I don't know.
Right. But it's the same but different. I guarantee at that 40, it wasn't like it was at 20 or 30 with those miles on it. I guarantee it's not the same.
They got all these other ways that women can fix themselves. They got the veg rejuvenation stuff where you can tighten it up.
You would never know. Never know.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. I forgot they tricked.
You agree with that.
They got all these things for women.
Would never know the difference.
Hey, you're right.
And if her face is frozen in time and she looks like she in her 20s, you might not even know that she's
here we go with the problems again of this. And see, this is what I'm talking about. Women talking about tradition, but they habitual liars. Okay. You lie about your looks, you lie about your hair, you lie about your butt, your breath.
We don't lie.
You lie about your vaginal rejuvenated. How you do? You lie about the bodysuits.
She told you that's a possibility, so that's truth. That's true.
Nah, they don't tell you nothing. You don't know till you get home, and they gotta undo. There it comes out. Women are habitual liars.
Whatever.
And then they want a man to be honest.
That's crazy though.
You lie all the time. You want a man to be honest.
Chris Rock said that it was the funniest but most real thing. It's real, and it reminds me of that scene in I'm gonna get you, sucker, with a
She popped everything off, even her leg.
Everything. That was hysterical. It's not quite that bad there.
What?
It's not quite that bad, right?
It is worse than that. I seen something where they showed pictures of before and after of women who just put makeup on.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yes, you can turn yourself into a whole new person.
That did scare me.
Straight baddie. You are a baddie. Again, fellas, I'm gonna let you guys all know. First date, swimming pool. Okay? Swimming pool. Find out what you're getting into. Because women can have got to the point where they can change themselves.
Yeah.
And if she spend the night, make her wash her face.
True, not full makeup, right?
If you spent the night, you got what you wanted, so you good.
You know what, Darrell?
We both lied. I said I like you.
Make her wash her face if you want to keep her, like Doc said. Make her wash her face. So you can see what you're getting maybe 2 years down the line.
And that's what
I do think that we should be, both men and women, we need to be more honest in our interactions with each other.
Wait.
I agree.
Stop.
I agree.
What? No. Women need to be more honest.
No, men too. Men too.
No. Excuse me. Women lie from jump.
No.
Especially with. Excuse me. You've been out the game, so let me speak.
I know, but I know a little bit about this game from myself.
No.
Yes, I do.
Especially, let me think about it. If I meet you at the club or it's online dating, you got your full face on. You're not even who you are.
Yes.
You're a new person.
Got your hair on.
That's your representative. I don't know who that is.
Look, it done choked him up from that.
You got to push your bra on, butt pads on, Spanx on,
whatever it takes.
Right. So I'm doing whatever it takes
to get to look nice and feel good if you're out.
Yes,
right. And I want to feel good too when I'm out. So and then I'm done. You both lie.
Well, wait, if it's not appealing, Darrell, even on that level, why not leave it alone?
What do you mean? You see, it's appealing. So once I get back to the house.
If that's not appealing, though, when you get back to the house and all that is shed, why not leave it alone?
You're here, I'm here. Then I'm going to leave it alone. We're not going to waste the whole night. Like, why waste the whole night for your lie?
You know what?
I tried, Doc.
I see. He's just not gonna let it go.
Not
Just say, look,
this
is not what I was expecting. You need to go, or I need to go.
Yes. Why not be that honest? Let's be that honest.
No. Well, no. Since you're lying, we're going to complete the lie.
No,
I'm going to let you think I like you. I like what I saw. I don't like this person. Right when I come, I'm like, hey, who are you?
So wait a minute, Darrell, let me understand.
How do you get under me?
Wait a minute.
Help! Body snatchers! Somebody change!
Oh
Help!
my God. Oh my God. I saw a video like that where the guy woke up and he was in his kitchen and the girl, you saw that, right? The girl came out and she didn't have no makeup, no hair.
Yes. Who is that? What is that?
Right. Who are you?
But Darrell, are you telling me by the same token that men aren't out there, say in clubs or whatever, perpetrating their looks? Come on now. Come on.
I don't know how so.
What do you mean how so?
I mean, now they got
there
are men that have fake
hair.
Oh,
they got the fake beard.
Pecs. We got everything implanted too. Come on.
Wait. Well, I don't know that to be true. I don't know how many men are doing that.
A lot of men are doing it that can afford it. Believe it or not.
I don't know if that's a big thing because most of the time, all you need is a fat wallet to get women. You don't need to do anything else. So women aren't really that difficult if you have money.
No.
Or even so, men may do that. They may front like they have more money, or maybe rent a car. I can see that happening, but I don't know about the fake pecs and things of that nature.
Well, I think that's getting to be a little bit more now than it was in this modern day.
I've never seen it ever, and I haven't heard anyone doing it as a man.
Like again, they have to be able to afford it. From what I've seen.
Yeah. Well, men, we already know traditionally we know what to do. We know to have a car, a nice car, maybe a watch, some jewelry, those little nigger trinkets that women love. And
well, the beard is popular too, though. So that's kind of been
true.
So swimming is good because the women, you get to see if their beard falls off.
Well, right, and that's just in specific areas, like some place like Philly, they're really big. They're not big everywhere. Everywhere is different, something different, right? So depending on what it is. But what always works is fronting like you have money, having the best shoes on, nice clothes, things of that nature to get women. So I don't know about the implants, but I know you'll go spend maybe $100 on a shirt and you won't eat for a week, but you done knock down 3 girls. Women.
Wow.
You know what I mean? As you're doing it, your stomach's growling, but you're like, I got it. Grumple, I'm hungry.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, men have always lied that way.
That shirt that you wore to the club 3 weekends in a row.
Oh, absolutely. Run it back. It works. If it works, keep working. It's like I'm fishing. If this lure works, I'm gonna keep doing it until somebody's like, "Did you have that shirt on last week?" No. Get away from me. So I mean, that's how men have always lied that way.
So both are lying on some level, Darrell. Both are lying on some level. Let's just say that.
Yes.
That's fair, right?
Yes. That's fair.
Okay.
No, but women start.
Yes or no?
So
like you're in court. Yes or no? Like you're in court.
No buts. Yes or no? So therefore,
we're matching energy.
Then that's fair game. That's fair game. Men are lying.
No.
Women are lying. You get what you get.
See, that sounds good, but then we can marry someone and then you're by yourself with a dog and die alone. So you can't play this game as a woman because we are the arbiters of marriage.
Okay. Well, you're going to get to know her on another level before that, Darrell. You're going to get to know her on a much deeper level before that marriage thing, hopefully.
1 out of 4. So a lot of y'all not getting known on a deeper level.
I think we the 1 out of 4, Doc. I think we it.
You know what I mean? So if that's the case, a lot of people aren't getting known on that more whatever level.
Deeper level.
But it's when we get ready to settle down, we can. A woman can't say she's ready to settle down. She doesn't have that advantage. So you can play in the clubs all you want. Because remember, even if men date down, you 40, cool, but I'm 40, I can go get me a 25-year-old. Can't beat him off me with a stick. I'm good. So, I mean, you 40, you looking at a 70-year-old. Hopefully.
No, wait. 40-year-old women are looking at 20-year-olds too now. Some.
Again, and all he gonna do the same thing that your age group did: take you down and not keep you. It's just a lot of penis being given out to women and with nothing in return. So that's why you guys keep getting your dates and get it paid for and your doors open and all that.
There's nothing wrong with that, though. There's nothing.
No, it's not. But it got to be. You have to offer something more.
Well, we're offering you again, getting to know you.
I'm getting to know you. That's not offering me anything. Don't offer me what I'm offering you.
On a deeper level, we're getting.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're so welcome. And further dates.
Oh, you let me take you out again and pay for everything? Oh. Oh my God. I'm so confused.
And if it keeps progressing, maybe the long-term keeper. What? You gotta get to that, Darrell. It doesn't start there. He's all exasperated.
I gotta do all this to win your affection.
We're winning each other. Stop saying it that way. We're winning
you keep telling me what I'm doing to get.
No. We're doing this for each other.
What are we doing for each other? I keep saying I hear a lot of payments out of my pocket to get to know you.
I said I'm going to cook dinner for you. We're going to take a walk in the park. You're not always going to be in those pockets. There are many other ways to connect, Darrell. There are many.
Right. So for me, that's very important. So that's me. For me, if I meet someone and they're talking about doing something, it's like, hey, let's meet at the mall. Let's go. I'm with it. That's the time we can move on. But if you're talking about you want to go out to eat or to the movies, I'm like, I do too, but who's going to pay for it?
Okay, but can I ask you, after a certain number
of dates, pay for itself. Huh?
After a certain number of dates, would you possibly say, let's do dinner?
Would I say it? No, never, because I don't want to do dinner with you.
Wow!
My mom
I wish I had some sound effects over here.
I'm like,
I gotta program some.
Is the easy button. I have to use.
Well, think about it. Everybody's different. I don't like to go out to eat anyway.
You don't?
So I'm never gonna suggest something that I'm not really interested in doing.
If you don't enjoy it, that's different.
Yeah, I don't eat the way I eat anyway. Is really, so I don't enjoy going out to eat. So I'm never going to ask you to eat. It's not something I do.
Okay, right? That's different.
So that's why you would have to bring that up. Now I might say, let's go. I don't know, for a walk.
Okay,
I'll do that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Let's go jump in the canoe.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Fair.
All my things will be $0.
I don't want to go nowhere with his broke ass.
And he's gonna push her in the water to see what's real.
Then I said, okay, you don't have to go anywhere with me. Goodbye.
No, but I think that's how we have to rethink it, though. That's not a bum guy's date. I mean,
no, not at all. Not at all.
That's a get to know you date.
That's what I said. I've been on many dates that nobody spent the dime.
Exactly.
She's been on a lot of them. Know why? Because they didn't work. Fellas, if you pay attention, they telling themselves every time. I went out with a lot of broke dudes.
That is not true. I'm married.
That is not what I'm saying.
I married a broke dude, so
that's not what I'm saying.
No, Ruth, you guys both for broke.
I'm saying
exactly.
What I'm saying there are so many ways to be romantic and have a nice time with someone.
Romantic is the word.
Spending money.
Fellas,
you know what?
They say all the right things.
No, you hit on the right. Doc, you hit on something. Nobody wants to go back to the romance. That should be put with tradition. Where's the romance? It doesn't cost you an arm and a leg. It costs you thought to be creative. Where is that? Where's that in this dating world now? Where is it?
It changed for the dollar sign because it's about what can you do, like you said, to impress me on this first date.
I can impress you by being creative, right?
Yeah, creative is cheap. Unless creative is you rent out this whole half of the restaurant and you have the waiters come over to me.
Oh, I am not talking that level.
But that's where it is. It's really the lost art of the little things. Like if I remember you like Snickers and I bring you a little egg or a little French size Snickers.
Yes.
They be like, cool. That ain't. It don't have the same
Okay,
effect
then that
as
person's
it would
not
a
for
Birkin
you.
bag.
Then Darrell, that person's not for you. You got to be able to discern. That person's not for you.
See, it's tough because in the day and time, the modern woman, they want the Birkin. They want the
not all.
bags.
I don't want to
So
believe
the Snickers.
not all.
So if you put the Snickers in the bag, then you did a good thing.
You got to put the Snickers in the bag.
Oh my God!
Are you
the gift that keeps on giving?
I was thinking about a Valentine's Day long time ago when I was single, and the person knew the kind of candy that I liked, and when I opened up that big giant heart with the nasty candy, it was actually filled with the candy that I actually liked.
You remember that forever.
Yes.
Forever. I love it.
Hey, fellas, how to work out for him?
Doc, did you marry him?
No.
Hey, see how far his thoughtfulness went?
Doc, you're not helping me here.
Hey, Doc, how many Valentines you had that year?
I wasn't thinking about marrying nobody. I was young.
Hot girl summer, huh? Hot girl summer, right? How many Valentines you had? How many Valentines you had that Valentine's?
Like 4.
Look, fellas, see? His thoughtfulness, he was so thoughtful. So was the other 3 niggas.
Doc, now, come on.
Oh, gosh.
I gotta think
hey, fellas, you see how it goes down, right? You see what I'm talking about?
Well,
4.
I'm married.
She had 4.
I married my broke dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but you were broke as well.
So are you saying, Darrell, if I wasn't broke at that time, let's back it all the way up, and he was, that I wouldn't have married him? Because
no, what I'm saying is that you met him at a time where you both were in the same situation, and you that made it even better. But now put some years in there where now you're meeting people and you're looking at him like, you ain't got a car. I'm with the guy with the car. Or you don't got money. I'm looking at the guy with the money. And you look past your husband. That's what we're talking about. People are looking past the good guy because he doesn't have what they need as far as financially to get them. That's what we're talking about. We're looking past people.
Okay.
Right, we're looking past them, and that's the problem.
So there's no more looking for the potential that used to exist back in the day.
You need to be there. Like I said, the regular guy who has a nice job, who's making about $50,000, is looked upon like he's not any good. When it's weird because the medium income for women is 35, for black women 35. So I don't know a bag why you deserve more than that anyway when you only make 35 at best. So it's very interesting. You got this high, what is it, champagne taste?
Champagne taste, beer money. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's
right.
Not
even so.
But you're right. You're right. I mean, again, Drake has experienced that. He's talked about, I thought I was being a gentleman by sending an Uber for her because I don't drive. But like you're saying, and like, where your car,
Where your car.
But I sent an Uber that cost me $50 because you live that far away.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Wasn't good enough.
And that's the funny part about it. You didn't think about it. It wasn't free.
Right.
But you still wonder why I gotta be in an Uber. Huh? Because you ain't got a car either. That's why.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly.
True.
So, and that's what I'm saying. It's all messed up. Expectations are all mixed up, and people are saying they want tradition, but not sure what tradition is, or they want this, but no one really knows. They're kind of just saying things, and there's so many things on the internet that say different things. So people are just throwing it all together. I want this.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, a lot of times people don't know what they have to even offer. Outside of even men, all I can offer is this money to pay for the date, or I can offer, I'm gonna pick you up, whatever. What else do you have to offer? What outside of that do you have to offer? Because we don't think past that because we only think, well, we know to get the cookie, I got to pay for dinner at least. Right. And now I got to open the door. So I'm going to do this shit the first night to get it. But then after that, I ain't going to open your own door. You know what I mean? So it's not even a genuine thing if I'm only doing it to get something out of it.
To get something. That's the problem. Right? Yes.
Well, the problem is both of us because you expect it. And when they do it, you give up what needs to be given up. And then I'm done because now it was completed, but it's because there's nothing more. What else do we have to offer each other? What else do we have to offer? Even that conversation.
And I think, and again, this is only a problem if you're looking for something more.
Oh, okay. You mean more long term?
So Doc's back out here talking about the hot girl summers.
If you
No, she's meaning if you want more like a marriage or
yes, if you want to get married.
Like, yeah, so she said it's cool to have these hot girl summers. So go ahead, girls, get taken down as much
now
as you
what
can.
I hear Doc saying is everybody has a different end game with it.
Yes. That's
No.
what I'm saying.
Yes,
No,
yes.
stop
that's
lying.
true, Darrell.
Stop it. Stop it.
Darrell, everybody
Most
doesn't
of
want to
you-
be married and committed.
Okay, when
He's
we
right.
talk, we don't talk about the fringe. We talk about the majority. I think most women want to be in something that is consummated somehow. I don't think you just want to be somebody's John for your whole life.
But why do they do it then? Why do they do it? How many
Why do women accept
baby
it?
moms?
Yes.
Right.
In a
Because
relate or living girlfriends or
Mhm.
dating someone for 10, 20 years or being engaged for 10,
And
20
they
years.
do it. And they do
They
it.
do
You know
it.
why they do it?
It's true.
Because what's happening is the man is not going any further. So what can they do? They can't do anything else. You're in a situation now where you're stuck because you're probably like, I'm be the devil I know, then go to another devil. Because again, you're waiting for that man to do whatever, but he already seen in you, you're not worth going any further.
Wow.
You're not worth going any further from whatever, probably because that high body count you
Ladies,
had.
you hear this. You hear this.
Wait a minute, you don't know this? Wait a minute, time out. If somebody got to tell you, you've been with him 10 years and he ain't wife you up, then he don't want you, then that's why he with you, because you, I don't even want to say it.
Wait. So that's a timeline too. If he hasn't committed further in say 7, 8, 9 years, then what are we doing? That's what you're saying?
What do you think?
I'm out of the game. I don't look. First of all, I wouldn't be engaged to nobody for 10 years.
So how long would it? How
I
long
don't
would it
care
take
how
for you
long
to
I've
make a
been out the
decision?
game. What?
Yeah. How long is it gonna take you to make a decision? Like, damn, it's been 10 years. I don't know.
No,
if I
I'm
wanna
not
be with
doing
you.
that. I'm not doing that. No.
Hmm?
No.
But like Doc said, people do it because you haven't whatever that person needs to go there. So, but like you said, you stayed, so you allowed it to happen. So if you're with somebody 5, 6 years and they haven't, then I mean, get off that ship.
Wow.
Don't let the person string you along because obviously they don't want you.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want you. If they're always talking about they ain't right, they're really saying that you ain't right for me.
It's
You feel me?
interesting because I know somebody again like that in my family who has been not engaged, but with that person so many years, and the woman out of the two is waiting for that next step. Like, where's my ring?
Hey, I can tell her right now, ain't never gonna happen. Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it.
Never gonna get it.
Okay. See, delusions.
But could it be that the man in this that I'm talking about is waiting to get himself wait down to get himself a little more stable financially, or they live far away from each other, maybe to decide on location.
They don't even live together. They don't live. It's a long distance relationship for 10 years. That's because he lives with his family. He can't really commit when you live with your family. How are you going to commit to somebody else when you live with your family?
I know for a fact it's not another family.
So Ruth, please. How can you tell me you know anything for a fact when you're not there? Tell me how you know.
Somebody very close to me, I'll say that.
Obviously they're not that close to you.
Yes,
I don't know anybody who wants to be in a long distance relationship for 10 years. Again, there's nights you want something close to you and you can't get to far away. You're going to get to around the corner. So, like I said, his family he lived with. Tell other person she ain't got a shot. So hang it up. Tell her, I think I seen this, he'll probably break up with her right before the wedding. When he get married to his wife, he'll probably break up with her. Like a couple days before.
So you're saying that timeline means something too. Okay.
I think a lot of times it is kind of what Darrell's talking about. People staying with the devil they know, scared to go out on their own, or because the time has passed, it's so much time.
Yes.
They want a reward for the time that they put in.
Okay.
And they keep on waiting for that to happen instead of just leaving and saying, look, this is not happening.
And again, it goes back to your quote unquote tradition. You've been together so long. You don't want people to say anything. You want people to think you lost out, so you stay due to what other people think. Because there's no way I've been with somebody this amount of time and they're not have committed to me, and I'm staying. Right? It ain't that much getting myself together. It ain't that much I need to, because we can do these things kind of together. But you stay that long, you a fool, and he thanks you for being a fool. And his girlfriend thanks you for being a fool.
I actually kind of believe you. I kind of sort of believe you. What about traditions in a long-term relationship? I know we're talking about dating.
What do you mean long-term?
Meaning, okay, in marriages, you've been in a marriage for a while, or you've been living with that person, maybe not married for a while. Are there certain traditions that are expected amongst that couple within, their household? Are there certain things? Or is that again customized?
I think it should be customized and discussed, because if you have an idea about what this should look like, and I have an idea, but we haven't talked about it, then we're operating on two different wavelengths.
I think I got it from, there was a different group I had seen, and the woman said people are trashing her husband because he doesn't do the traditional things in the household. And obviously she's been talking about what that is, but he doesn't.
First
problem. I agree. But she's like, I wish people wouldn't say these things because he does things differently or in another way and it works. But he doesn't do the traditional stuff, if you will.
And that's weird because, again, people can't dictate your relationship.
That's
right? You have to steer your ship. So what works for you is what works for you. It doesn't have to work for anybody else. So I don't know what he's doing that they could talk about. But if they're in a marriage or a relationship that's succeeding the way they're doing it, damn what they say. Right? And I guarantee the people are talking are single. I guarantee it. I bet they ain't got nobody.
She's not happy with it, or she wouldn't have brought it anonymously to that group like she did, like asking, do you think this is, something to not do? My husband, he doesn't take out the trash, he doesn't do this, he doesn't do that, but he does, things in different ways.
Right. Well, tell her his girlfriend, he takes the trash out for his girlfriend, who doesn't talk as much. I mean, again, this is the problem where people can't be happy. Right? You're in a decent relationship. Everything's not going to be perfect. Everything's not going to be the way you want. No one's going to do everything you want, but you have to put it in a scale. If they're doing more things than you want than you don't, then you've got to stop complaining about every little thing.
Right.
Because that just pushes someone away. Either way, man or woman, you don't want to do that. You want to, again, celebrate people and what they do. If it's something that you can't take, well, you should have spoke about it earlier or leave, make a decision. But don't sit there and be salty all the time because I didn't take the trash out when you said take the trash out, but I'm doing everything else. There's nothing else you're really complaining about, but you're still complaining about the one thing I'm not doing.
Listen, some people get caught up in those so-called traditions of, again, the relationship, the male, the gender, what you should be and what I do.
But the reason I got caught up in it because you didn't have the conversation before.
Of course.
If you talk about it before you get in and say, listen, I don't do such and such. I'm not the best at doing such and such. Okay, well, this is where you talk about it before you get into it, then you know what you're getting into. But you don't talk about it, or even if something comes up, you talk about when it comes up. Well,
people don't do that. They don't talk. They don't talk.
Right. And even if you talk about it, understand that it may not go your way. The person may not still acquiesce to what you want. They may not, that's not really what I do. And you got to understand that. And can you move on or can't you move on? But it all goes from communication from the beginning.
Oh, that's
your partner. It'd be a lot different.
And like you said, if you don't have the conversation right at the beginning, there are times when you can have them, like before we move in together. Do you take out the trash?
Right.
Do you do laundry? Do you do household chores, other household chores? These are the conversations you should have before you make these changes.
You need to let them know what you need. Like, I need a walk 3,000 every day. You just need to let them know this.
Who? What was that?
Hey, Doc, tell her what that is.
What's a walk out of this? What did he say?
I have no idea.
Darrell, break it down for me. What's a walk?
You need some oral treats every day. before
What,
I go to
for
work.
the dog?
Walk. A guac 3000.
Oh, no, I thought you meant.
I've never heard of that.
I thought he meant walking the dog, give the dog some treats.
See this position? I need this position before I go to work every day.
Oh, Lord, help us, Lord.
Oh my gosh.
No,
I learned a new way of saying something every show.
and I still don't get some of it, so I'm trying. I'm like, what? Lee, I learned about what. I'll tell you about what later. All I can say is he loves the Fridays. He's like, go talk to your friends. You learned something, please.
Oh gosh.
Oh, might need his input. But so again, traditions are, I guess we really need to work on what our new traditions are. And again, if you have something or you want something done a certain way, let the person know. And if the person is not meeting your expectations, then also let them know that, and then you can part ways, right? If you can. Usually me, after I part ways. Like, I didn't really like what you did, so no, I'm only kidding.
You got it.
But no, I think we need to really have conversations about what it's going to look like, and do it in the beginning, right? You have no skin in the game. Hey, look, I need this, or I need that, whatever the case may be, both sides, and I think it'll be a lot better because you won't waste your time, right? You won't waste your time going forward if the person is presenting something that really is not what you want.
Exactly. And you're right. And I think on both sides, because again, people get caught up in what they think the tradition should be. They think the woman should be cooking. They think the woman should be cleaning. We have to talk about what, gender roles are and how to, balance this lifestyle.
Absolutely. I think if you can't talk about it, if you can't say it, you shouldn't be doing it. That's what I think we should live by. If you can't talk about it, because if I can't tell the woman, I want her to clean the house every day, then you shouldn't be talking. You shouldn't be going out on dates, right? If you're afraid to voice how you feel things to be, because the person may not like it, then you shouldn't be going out. You should be able to freely say whatever it is you like, and then if the person doesn't like it, cool. Find someone who likes what you like.
Right.
Or she says, I don't want to do it every day. Can you find a balance?
Right. And that begins the conversation.
Okay.
And that's the best thing. Yes. But too many times we don't have conversations. We're going off what we think, what we did in the past, what we did before, and then we're upset when the person didn't do what we want them to do.
Right.
Like, I can't believe she didn't let me get them yams after this dinner. See, we didn't talk about it. Just because the other girl did doesn't mean she will.
Right.
That's right.
She's not the side dog.
You have to talk about what your expectations are, if there are any.
Right.
If there are any.
But there should be. You should have expectations. If you don't have any expectations, there's a problem. Because what are you dating for, or what are you looking for? This is the hot girl summer. If you're just looking for whatever, that means no expectation. That's weird to me. You should be able to talk about expectations. Because what do you do? Well, again, like Doc said, a lot of women are not dating for anything. Okay. But if you're going to date with a purpose, fellas,
I didn't ever say that.
Okay.
But you're saying overall expectations, right, Darrell? Because you said no expectations for the date itself.
No, you shouldn't expect anything.
Okay.
I shouldn't go, but I can tell you what I expect before I go into it. So I'm talking about when I go out for a date, you shouldn't expect me to automatically pay. We should have talked about our expectations before we get to the the table, right? So now it's not a surprise.
Okay.
Right? Because we're both sitting there thinking about something different. We're both thinking something different. And like, I remember I went out with one girl and she wanted to eat after a club. I didn't want to eat. I ain't getting nothing. So we sitting there. It was like an hour and a half. I'm like, damn, her food been done. She's like, so you want to pay or you just want to leave? I'm paying for what? I didn't eat anything. She's like, well, let's just leave. All right, I'll pay. Never seen her again because I was gonna get locked up for him ditching the bill, but it was crazy.
Well, her expectation was that you would pay without even having to do that.
And she succeeded because she was ready to walk out. I wasn't going to jail for no meal, so I'm like, okay, I'll talk to her again.
Wow,
isn't that something?
That is
it was something. It was a learning lesson. She got me. She got me.
And you said I didn't eat anything.
I wasn't hungry. I was good. Like I said, I don't really like eating sometimes.
Right,
I'm good.
right.
I'm on, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like, oh, stop. Okay, cool. Eat. That's
Mm-mm-mm.
how we doing it, huh?
Yeah, that's how some people doing it.
God damn.
All right, guys. Any little nuggets or last words of advice that you want to give folks regarding traditional relationships?
Well, it sounds like there is a back in the day traditional, and there is a more of a modern day traditional, I've learned. And whatever that looks like, it needs to be understood at the door and talked about from the beginning, so there are no assumptions made. There are no expectations placed upon each other. And I think whatever it is, it should be kind of balanced and equal gender-wise. I want to really emphasize that because, again, sometimes when you hear the word tradition, we start thinking about what the woman should be doing. I believe. Okay, so yes, we expect the man to open the car door or, those couple of things on the date. But overall, when I've heard tradition, I think it's oftentimes placed on what the woman should be doing, at least back in the day. So,
yes. Okay. And, I'm just going to piggyback off of what you and what Darrell already said. Just, you got to talk about these things up front. That's it. When you meet someone and you decide you want to go out with them, that's a conversation. What is this date going to look like? Do you want me to pay? Will you pay? Are we going to do something where we don't have to spend any money? What do you expect? Should I pick you up? Can I send you an Uber? Just talk about it. Just talk about it. And as you move forward in each stage of the relationship, you have a new conversation. Because things change.
I like that.
Because if you're at the stage of thinking about getting engaged, you may want to be more traditional and talk to her family first, or whatever. So it's just a matter of having these conversations. At each junction, if you will, of the relationship.
The conversation should mature as the relationships mature, right? They should both align themselves. As you do more, you should talk more, talk about more things you want, and yada 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 yada. I think that's got to help everybody out.
Yes, I agree.
Okay.
Thank you. This was a spirited.
I feel like I don't have anything to offer to a man because.
Sorry.
No, go ahead and play that little snippet.
That slip.
Go ahead and play it.
No, this is what she felt. Okay. I mean,
a man asked me what I had to offer him, and it was the way he asked that made me realize that I don't. He simply stated, I realize that you're single, but tell me, what would I benefit from having you as my woman? Now, outside of the basics, like, oh, I look nice, I can cook, I work, I didn't have nothing else to offer. And the reason I realized that I didn't is because I got to thinking about myself, and all I've been doing for so many years is just working and taking care of kids. I don't know necessarily what I'm into, so there goes hobbies. I'm not necessarily sure my feminine level of energy because majority of my relationships, I wore the pants. So how can you, as a woman, offer to be a woman to a man if you've never fully been a woman? I am a woman because I'm a female, but I'm talking about like actually be a woman, like to a man. I've never experienced that, so I don't know what that feels like. So I can't honestly say that I have anything to offer as far as a woman outside of just being a woman. So that means all I really do have to offer is some pussy because.
Wow.
Hey,
okay.
Listen, we might need to talk about that. Like,
yes.
What's that mean and break that.
Yes. Yes. I think we should talk about that because I'm just really, wondering about the definitions of some of the things that she's talking
right.
about.
Exactly. I was wondering
like, how does she define these things?
Find a woman. Right.
Yes.
And it makes me think of, how you have to get to know yourself for a little bit here before we even talk about what you're offering somebody. So, that's another conversation.
It definitely is. Definitely is.
All right, guys. Thanks for rolling with us tonight. If you enjoyed the conversation, hit us up in Relationship Flow and join in. You can catch us on the replay in the Relationship Flow group and on Dr. Carissa's page and YouTube Relationship Flow. Right? All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
Have a good one.
Bye.